No room for wiggle, boys. Hell yeah, Ricky. Oh, man. What up, my dude? So, we just got the information that Cooper Webb has actually been injured for the last few weeks, couple weeks, something like that. We just saw this interview that he had some sort of a thumb tear type shit going on, and he tore it even worse last week. So he's had it for at least a couple weeks. That's probably like right about when he started doing, worse, right after he had that good race. Didn't he like win a main event like a few rounds ago where he really caught back up in points to Jett Lawrence? I feel like he had the injury like shortly after that. It was definitely noticeable. I mean, in practice of Denver, he had that, they showed it on the broadcast where he's like had his hand on the, like where he's kind of, laboring when he like landed or whatever on that one side, kind of had his thumb up on the grip. So it definitely seems legit to me, right? I don't think Cooper Webb is the type to just make this kind of shit up right here, but it certainly changes everything about the championship, aspect. I really thought Cooper Webb was going to be that dog. He was going to really give Jett Lawrence a run for his money, and I think he would have had he stayed healthy, but that is part of the game, boys. That is part of it. You gotta stay in it, and Cooper Webb understands that more than anybody because last year he just went through this same shit. Basically had the title, obviously, after Tomac wrecked. Tomac also almost looks injured right now. We did get the information he'll be trying to race outdoors SMX this year, which I also made a video on beforehand last week, right? So y'all boys need to make sure you got all notification bells for the Galaxy boy out here, because I'll be giving you that insider info pretty quick ski. I'm definitely following all the right accounts on Twitter, Twitter, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Cooper Webb looked devastated. He did come out with a 5th place, so he is pushing it to the final round, but Jett Lawrence now has like a 20-point lead. She's basically all said and done. I mean, I think the ladies already sang out here, you know what I'm saying? I think it's pretty much done at this point, right? But yeah, I mean, for Cooper Webb, terrible timing of that to happen, but it just kind of goes to show you that, like, at any point, it don't even have to be like a big injury. It don't even have to be something crazy, but with Supercross especially, they're jumping around all over the countryside, right? And going through whoops and doing all this. We don't even see all the riding that they do through the week and, all the little almost crashes or little almost over jumps, under jumps. Tomac had that where he came up short on that same jump that he ruptured his Achilles on in practice at Denver this year. So, but yeah, you can have any little moment like that can cause a slight little thumb tear, and then you tear it more, and then you really got yourself in a pickle. You know what I mean? That's something that I think a lot of people kind of don't necessarily think can happen a lot of times. Like even right now, Cooper Webb's going to push and try to at least show up for that last round, because you never know what can happen in this shit. Jett Lawrence could go out there and do some stupid little thing this week in practice and may not even be able to line up. I mean, that is just exactly how Supercross is. I see it time and time again. It's kind of funny to me when, people like to predict so far in the future with this sport, because it hardly ever pans out like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is unfortunate. I really wanted to see the battle go down to the wire. I wanted to see it really go to the final round and really have Webb chomping at the bit. That would have been cool. So far, I don't think we've really seen that fair battle between any of these guys and Jett Lawrence yet, being Sexton's on a new team and he's on the KTM, and oh my God, it can be kind of difficult sometimes to figure that bike out, right? Sexton's just not really, I mean, he's kind of got back to that level that he was on the Honda, but not completely, you know what I'm saying? But he's still washing that front end out, boy. But, you know, Tomac, first year back from the ruptured Achilles, he's obviously not been the same Tomac, right? Webb, I feel like, has been the closest one to being like the same Cooper Webb or whatever you want to call it, right? But I just still don't feel like we've seen that direct, you know, 100% healthy and good off-season top-level guy versus Jett Lawrence. I just don't think we've been able to see that yet. But this is particularly where Jett Lawrence doesn't need to get too high on his horse. You know what I'm saying? Because I could easily see Jett thinking, oh, I got this shit, boy. You know, I won my got perfect first pro outdoor season, won my first 450 Supercross championship, and then he goes out there in outdoors and realizes he's neck deep in some Flomac, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens with all that, but yeah, Cooper Webb supposedly was injured, and that's kind of funny because they interviewed him last week after the finish of the race, and it was kind of like, you know, what happened, bro? And he didn't spill the beans last week on the podium, or not even the podium, I don't even know where the hell he finished, but they still interviewed him. And he basically was just like, you know, that's on me, man. I got to be better. I got to give Webb credit, man. He did come out there, even after tearing his thumb worse, still going out there and winning the heat race, still going out there and trying to compete. The problem is he's got a steamrolling Jett, you know, flowing through right now. And Jett just firing on all cylinders, bro. So Webb was just going to have to be better than that. Webb was going to have to be at his best to really be able to have the chance at going head-to-head and getting in Jett's head. That would have been like probably the angle he could have took to, you know, try to pass Jett late in the main and then make Jett question if he's the best one out there at the time, you know. But now Tomac's kind of injured. Webb's kind of injured. Fucking Sexton's wrecking like every other round. They're all wrecking. They're all probably injured to a certain extent. So, yeah, I mean, Jett's making it happen when he needs to make it happen. You know, he had a lot of those weird races where he was crashing all over the place, definitely in those mudders. But all in all, though, he's coming out better at the end of it than everybody else is. So, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I know a lot of people are probably talking about, man, is Webb going to be able to get this shit healed up before outdoors? I'm sure he's probably just focused on getting out there in that last, you know, Salt Lake Supercross round just in case. You know, I've seen crazier things happen, but just in case something happens to Jett Lawrence for any reason, you gotta be there, you know what I mean? But yeah, but right after that, I mean, Webb needs to rest up, and I don't even know if he's going to have enough time to rest like a torn thumb. I don't even know what the hell it is, like a ligament or some shit. I don't even know. But yeah, him and Tomac need to get healed up. We need them boys out there and outdoors. We need to give Jett some competition, bro. We need y'all boys. We need the Star Yamaha boys. Come on, don't let the Smithy boy down.